Did I go?
Yes.
Okay. So I grew up with a single working mother, and because of that, me and my brother often had to make our own food. And there's a limit to how much you can eat, how much top ramen, how much peanut butter jelly sandwiches you can eat. They're quick and easy, but they're kind of unhealthy, and it's just, in the long run, you're not going to make it very far. But growing up, we had always seen my mom make kimbap, which is Korean rice rolls. They're kind of like sushi, the Japanese sushi rolls that you see, but it's more Korean style. And so we had quickly picked up how to make it, and so we would make it on our own. If like me, or just like regular college students, I know a lot of my friends who make it at their house too because it's easy and it's more healthier than top ramen. If you're like me, and demographics show that from Echo Boom online, it shows that 1 out of 4 families are single-parent households, and 75% of families have working mothers. So those children, often like us, me and my brother, they would have to settle for things themselves, like food, and they would knowing kids, they're probably not going to go for healthy meals that you have to work hard for. They're probably going to go for something more easy. And according to the Science Daily, Dr. Ed Ellinger had said in 2007 that eating healthy actually helps with your academics and will help you in the longer run, not only with school, but with your career and things like that. And it starts as early as kindergarten. So we want to make sure to be healthy. Today in my speech, I will demonstrate how to make Korean rice rolls, kimbap. And first, I'm going to demonstrate the ingredients that you're going to need and how to prepare them. Second, I'm going to teach you how to make my favorite, tuna rice rolls. And third, I'm going to demonstrate how to make Spam rice rolls. So let's get started. First, you're going to have rice. And you want to cook it in a rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, you can use a regular stove or a pot and just put in the rice and water, and you're just going to cook it. But I didn't have a stove, so I have pre-made rice. And you want to do it when it's warmer, because when it's warm, it's more stickier and it's more easier to manipulate, rather when it's cold, it's kind of harder. So you're just going to pour all that rice in a bowl. Don't worry, I washed my hands. I'm done. And with that, you're going to add a little bit of sesame oil. You don't want to add too much, but this adds a little bit of taste. And you just want to mush it around so it's easier to manipulate later when you're going to put it on top of your rice roll. It's okay if your hands get dirty, because your hands might get dirty and you can just wash it later. So you just want to have it consistent and just really mush it around. And it's going to look like that. So you want to wash off your hand a little bit after you get the rice looking like that. And then you're just you don't have to put it back in a pot, but I want to put it back in here. And just leave it like that because you're going to need it later. And so for the first one, I'm going to be making tuna. So you just want to open the tuna, and because tuna is covered with oil inside, you want to make sure you get all of that grease out, because obviously that isn't very healthy and it's just nasty. So you're just going to pour it all out like this. And if you feel too lazy to just wait for all the oil to come out, you can just use a spoon and get the excess or the big chunks of tuna out. Just pour it into a bowl. Really easy. Just make sure not to put all the oil in. Just put all of it like this into the bowl. And when you're done with that, it's just like how you prepare a tuna sandwich, except I don't like using mayonnaise in mine because all these reasons. So I like adding ranch. It's like the same effect. You don't have to use ranch. You can add any dressing that you want, just like how you use your tuna sandwich. And you just want to mix it around to make sure it's moist and like the tuna sandwich. Just make sure it's really moist and it's well rounded and it sticks together. So later when you use it, it's easier to use. Well, we're going to have our seaweed, roasted seaweed, dried seaweed, and you're just going to have these for one per serving. So I'm just going to take out one right now. And then this is burdock and pickled radish. You don't have to put these in, but I grew up with these in mine, so I'm just going to add them in. And they add flavor to it, so you can put that in. And these are sesame leaves, and you put these in with your tuna rice rolls because the tuna gets moist, and you don't want your rice roll to be soggy when you eat it or when you save it for later. So you're going to have these to protect it from going onto the rice and the dried seaweed. And this is the burdock and the pickled radish. And you're going to have an egg. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to make fried egg or fried eggs. But you're going to add like 3 and you're going to mix it together, mix it together. And you're going to get around like the size of this. And you just want to cut it like this. So it's easy to use. It's just the right size to add into your rice roll. Around this length. You're just going to add that. And now we're set for our rice rolls. So for the second step, I'm going to teach you how to make tuna rice rolls. So you're just going to lay out your seaweed like that. And you're just going to get a handful of rice. Not too much, not too little, because you have to remember that one of these is 1 serving. So you're just going to flatten it out like that. Make sure it's all around, not too joined together in one spot, because when you eat it, you're going to miss some rice in some spots. So you're going to just lay it out flat like that. Just let it stick. And then, because I had said that the sesame leaves help you from getting too soggy, you're going to just add it on, the sesame leaves. And it has a taste to it. Some people might not like it, so I know some people that don't put it in, but it's easy to just put it in here. And you're just going to add tuna in a single layer, or a single row. Not too much, not too little. Just add that in. And then after, you're just going to add the rest of the things that you have. You can put other things in, it doesn't really matter. Pickled radish, burdock, and then your egg. And like so, you're going to add it all together, but because you want it to stick at the end, you're going to put little pieces of rice at the end. A fun fact here is that long time ago, they didn't have glue, so they would often use cooked rice to stick things together because it helps stick, because it's sticky. And you're just going to put it all in one row. Just roll it up. There you go. You don't want to roll it too tight or too loose because it's going to all fall out. So this is the tuna one. Next, we're going to show you how to make spam. Like exactly the same, you're going to add the rice. Not too much, not too little. But you don't need the sesame leaves this time because spam is relatively dry, so you're not going to need it. So you just add everything else. The burdock, the pickled radish, the egg, and the spam. You're going to have to do it beforehand, and you're just going to add single pieces like this. And once again, at the edge, you're going to add the rice to make it sticky, and then just roll it up. Voila, you're done. Today in my speech, I demonstrated how to make rice rolls, and first I demonstrated the ingredients that you're going to have to use. Second, I demonstrated how to make the tuna rice roll. Third, I demonstrated how to make a spam rice roll. Just like me and my brother, or if you're a college student that wants to make cheap, not too expensive, more healthy food, you can go to the market and just buy these ingredients. And you can either grab it and eat it like this as a whole because you're too lazy to cut it, or you can get a knife and cut it yourself. It doesn't really matter. And one is 1 serving, so thank you.